a lot going on.
Honeycutt loses a couple of positions there. Jake Garcia going forward. He was the pole sitter.
Nice run for Jack Wood just outside the top 10, racing there with Honeycutt in that 91 truck. Seen Luke Finhouse all over the place as Jake Garcia is down on the bottom against Perez.
Battle for 7th right now on your screen. Garcia trying to get 7th. Garcia has a really strong truck, going to be able to clear easily here and move into the 7th spot and continue moving forward.
Garcia's led the most laps of this race, 43 early on when he started from the pole. You mentioned Jack Wood, the nice run. He needs a good run, and today could be it, just outside the top 10.
And behind him, Brandon Jones had that loose wheel, able to have a little bit of a battle right now for 12th with Sammy Smith. The one of Brandon Jones, haven't talked about him all day, able to start moving forward and try to put him at least into the picture here.
Last caution was for that hard hit by Stuart Friesen. He's been released. He's with Amanda.
Yeah, he walked over to our interview and said, man, my truck was fast. And Stuart, with all the effort that went into getting this truck back and ready for this race, it looked like you were pinched there by Raja. What was your perspective?
Yeah, no, just big thanks to all my guys. Tried to go wide open in qualifying and kiss the wall, and they did a really good job putting it back together. It was just as fast all races that ended practice, and was just trying to bide our time. Saw Raja get loosed and tried to check up as much as I could, and you know, got run over. So it just is what it is. I mean, I'll tell you, the last 2 weeks we've had really fast trucks, but it really makes me question if all this headache's even freaking worth it anymore. You know, it's what I wanted to do my whole real life, race at this level, and you know, the top 2 series are not in my lifetime. So this is what I live and die for. Maybe just not with it anymore.
Wow, that's hurt. You know, he's a racer. He's probably going to race somewhere in New York or up in the Northeast tomorrow night, Sunday night. That's what he does, and it's what he loves. But that just tells you how passionate these guys are about what they get the opportunity to do, and when it goes bad, it just hurts, Jamie. It hurts that bad.
Michael, just last month we were talking about him. He came so close to winning over Kyle Busch at Atlanta. He's had heartbreak a couple times. Michael, let's take a look back here. This was Homestead. He's leading the field. Kyle Larson's in there, and his truck starts shutting off.
And it shut off a couple times, and he still was going to win the race. But the third time, it bit him, and he was just like, what else are we going to do? And then Martinsville, dominant truck, flat tire laid after some contact into the outside wall. So that's these 1, 2. That's another 2 that were his races because he was that strong.
And then now you got here, right? Like leading the race, strong truck. He wasn't strong early, but obviously able to have a monster pace out front right now. 2.2 on his teammate and 9.7 seconds on third in the rest of the field. And we're talking as if, you know, he's needing a miracle almost, or a very, very timed caution, and we're not just saying, man, look at that 11 go off into the sunset.
Well, he's now led the most laps in this race, 45 and counting. The question is, when will Corey Heim come into pit?
This is the guy that I'm interested in. I talked about the fact that Chandler Smith was closing on him and he was rolling off the gas. I think he's stepped back on it because the last couple of laps he's been able to put some more distance between he and Chandler. So that's good for this 18 team. He's on quite the winless streak since his win at Kentucky. It's been 130 races. Kentucky in 2019 was his last win. He's hungry.
Do you remember how he won that race? Fuel mileage.
Yeah. Of the racetrack. Last time by, he beat Chandler. They ran about the same lap time, but Chandler's down by a second and a tenth.
So if you're Tyler Ankrum spotter here, all you're going to be wanting to say is lap times. I'm sure, I mean, every driver's different. Everybody wants their different preference. But right here, you're just trying to match lap times. You're trying to give your driver confidence. You're saying your lap time chasing you is, you know, he just picked it up, but so did Chandler. All right, 51 to a 52. That's right now the speed. 100th better advantage to Ankrum. You're just reminding him. You're pumping him up, giving him the biggest confidence you can. You're 26 laps, 26 qualifying laps. That's all I need from you. And we just can't give up 1.1 seconds. We can give up 100th here and there. We just can't make a big mistake behind lap traffic and give up 6 tenths and bring it to us.
You know, this is a big moment, and if he wins, even bigger, obviously. But talking to Tyler Ankrum, and he talks about, you know, what it meant for Christian Eckes to move up to the Xfinity Series. They lost Charles DeNike, the crew chief. He goes cup racing with Bubba. He said, we lost a lot of people at our team, yet we bring in Daniel Hemrick. We have to rebuild the 19. He said, we thought maybe we'd be behind because it's hard to find people that want to come in and work at this level, but they did, and they haven't skipped a beat. We talked about how good he's been